Let's move. Speaking of cheating, Tiger Woods' former mistress, Rachel, how do you say her name? Uchitel. Rachel, you know, the Rachel girl, the one that he paid all the money to. She's claiming that Tiger Woods' lawyers are coming after her for violating an $8 million non-disclosure agreement about speaking about their affair. Now, she signed a 30-page NDA in 2009, shortly after she was outed for having an affair with Woods, who was married at the time. In return for her silence, she was given $5 million and was promised an additional $3 million over the following years. But she's claiming she only pocketed $2 million of the original $5 million because of lawyers' fees, taxes, and et cetera, which is not their fault, really. More than a decade after the affair, Rachel says that the scandal is still impacting her finances, career, mental health, and love life, which she claims she had to file Chapter 7 bankruptcy. She's saying that Woods' lawyers are demanding their money back, $5 million of the money back, because she broke the contract, and they're planning to come after her wages if she gets a job, and if she gets married and has a joint account with her husband, they will go after that money as well. What do you think about this?
Man, let me tell you about this. This is another smart, hustling white woman. So I watched the documentary. I don't know if you guys watched the documentary part 1 and 2 about Tiger Woods and their affair, but she basically said that she spotted him in the nightclub Griffin. Claudia, you remember Griffin down in the New District?
Yes.
She spotted him in Griffin where she was a bottle girl. And she said that he would hang out there, but he would be by himself sitting in a corner because, you know, no one really was checking for him. And so she said she made conversation with him only for him to slot her his number. Now, this is the only instance in my grown adult life that I've known in New York City where a bottle girl goes from being a bottle girl to a multimillionaire. Now, let me tell you why I say she's smart. So she took the deal for $8 million, right? She got an advance of $5 million, and they were going to pay her $1 million a year over 3 years, right? But they reneged on paying her the $1 million over the 3 years. She took the $5 million. Now she can't argue that the attorney fees are part of it because she didn't have to pay attorney fees until she breached the contract, which was way after that. And they breached the contract first. So in order for them not to get her money, she filed for bankruptcy. So smart. So she's still sitting on all that money. And that's the biggest come up I've seen in a long time. And she got him for what? They were together for 8 years, 6 years, something like that.
Tiger Woods is lucky that's all he had to pay because Let me tell you, I know a guy that used to golf with him, and I told y'all the little teacup story before, coffee cup, okay? Mm-hmm. And this is the only one I know that he paid off. There was the waitress at the Perkins that said they had sex in the church parking lots. There was one girl that said all she wanted him to do was put tires on her car, $800 tires, and he said no. And so you a billionaire and you cheating on your wife, you got to pay that tax. And this is what you get. I don't feel bad for him. I don't. Mm-hmm.
It ain't nothing left to be said, honey.
And you know what?
Play silly games, win silly prizes. I
just feel like, well, the reason I think she got so much money is because, remember, she was there the longest. She was the most consistent. The other ones were hit it and quit it, but he would continuously go back to her. He had like an entanglement.
You know, the only thing I will say, and the only thought that did come to my mind on this story was the fact that, you know, girl, there are parts of our lives that we don't talk about all the time. It's not hard to not talk about a certain part of your doggone life, especially the part that made you rich. You know what I'm saying? So this whole narrative about I needed to go do the documentary and I need it because I'm tired of being silenced and it's impacting my finances. Girl, yes, positively. It's affecting them positively. Like, stop acting like it's so hard to not talk about that, girl. You talked about it because you wanted to talk about it.
And think how mad that Perkins waitress is that she couldn't even get $800 tires and you complain.
Listen, she wasn't the only one. Shoot, he had like a slew. He had a slew of different women. You've got to watch that documentary. I mean, I don't see how he found time to have sex with his wife. He was having sex with so many other women.
He didn't, but we know why she stayed. Hey, must be the money.
That's why she hit him with that golf club and made him crash the car. He was frustrated.